We're so glad that the weather is welcoming
event featuring the Earth's Dance of Wind and Fire and a variety of other poetry collections with another author, Dr. William N. Thomas IV, who actually happens to be a good friend of mine. So definitely come out to that event. Uh, and we have a second edition of an event that I participated in the last time, which is a poetry writing workshop with the master poet, gave her a doctorate, but Sister Lainey Mataka, Mama Lainey Mataka. And this one is called Vibrations of a Different Sort. Writing workshop with Lainey Mataka. The tickets are for sale. Tickets are about $75. But you get not one-on-one, but very small group training. It's about 2 or 3 hours long. I went to it. I really, really enjoyed it. And I was very inspired even to write a poem that I delivered at the last Congo on Our Mind event, which happened on Sunday. So speaking of the On Our Mind series, we do have Haiti on Our Mind next Sunday. And it's featuring Free Benjamin, who is a musician and a multi-talented woman in her own right, and she's going to be performing songs in solidarity with Haiti. So that's a free event, but donations are accepted. All the donations will go towards WPFW 89.3 FM. Jazz and Justice Radio, who are one of our partners. And last but not least, in terms of, actually I have two more. So on July 26th, we have No Cop City, No Cop World, Lessons from the Movement, and this is a book event by Kamal Franklin, not me. My last name's not Franklin. A different guy named Kamal, and he has a collection of essays on this Stop Cop City movement. So No Cop City, No Cop World brings together gripping reports from organizers on the ground and powerful reflections from radical academics. And last but not least, in July 31st, the last day of the month, we have a book event on Hubert Harrison, Forbidden Genius of Black Radicalism. So this is a deep dive into a historic figure who influenced a lot of people like Marcus Garvey and others. And he's little known, but his legacy is coming back to the forefront. So that is going to be with Dr. Brian Quoba and Dr. Maurice Jackson. So thank you for listening. As you can see, we have many events going on at Sankofa, and obviously you're not going to remember all of these, so you can visit sankofa.com and then click on the events tab, or if you just start scrolling down, eventually, pretty soon, you'll see the events come up. Also, feel free whenever you stop by the store to take a glance over at the bookstore counter, because we have the flyers there, and also we have keys that will let you know the upcoming event. So that's one way you can stay up. And without taking any more time, I want to welcome once again Dr. Sandra Rattley. Yes, thank you very much. And also Michelle Chatman. Dr. Michelle Chatman. You know, trying to remember, you guys are both doctors, so hopefully you have a wonderful discussion. We look forward to it. This is a much needed conversation, and yeah, let's get to it.
No, you're so generous. I accept. Yeah. So I just really want to express gratitude to Sharikiana, to Hailey, for creating this liberated space for us to join and for us to be together and to have the important conversations. And thank you to Belle, to Kamal, to Maritu, to all of the folks who work here who also, help to make sure that we have access, to this important spot. So it is really my pleasure to say that we're here today to really be consistent with the symbol and the idea of Sankofa in terms of reaching back to make sure that we are grounded for today and that we are really focused on peace and justice and unity. So just to start out, just want to say that in terms of our intentions for today are that we are really collaborating in the design and the implementation of strategies that are redemptive and recuperative, that promote the Sankofa mission and advance our personal and our collective and universal healing. And that's of our families as well as our communities. And so we know that healing, that all of us are really important. A lot of times when we think of how change happens, sometimes change happens just by what we do, by what we model. And then that has a reverberation. As Buddhists say, what you think is important, your words are important, because all of those things affect your outcomes. So we are really going to be working on that today in terms of first affirming that this is a safe space, this is a peaceful space, this is a space without judgment or conflict, that any point of view that is expressed here is welcome and vital and valid. So we just welcome all of you and thank you for being here to share with us today. But what we're really here to do is to dream and to talk about what dreaming means for us and our futures, to make time to just think contemplative and not in a transactional way, to give focus to our destinies, to where we're going, how we're going to get there, and how we are going to realize our greatest good individually and collectively, and to make sure that the realization of our greatest good does happen. So I'm really excited to present my sister, my comrade, my colleague, my friend. Our presenter tonight is Dr. Michelle Cockhill. She's an expert really on supporting the idea of dreaming. She is also known as Olufina. She is a priest of Shango within the Yoruba traditional, rabbinical, and cultural tradition and practice. And she has many other credits, including being an associate professor in the Crime, Justice, and Security Studies program at the University of the District of Columbia, directing the Violence Prevention and Community Wellness Initiative. And also, she is the founder and the director of the Mindful and Courageous Action Lab at UDC. She's a global leader in mindfulness. She was recognized as one of the 10 most powerful women in the mindfulness movement by mindful.org. She has lectured widely on mindfulness for social justice, including one of her TED Talks, which was Healing the Harm in Schools. She's a national leader in the Culture of Health Leadership Institute for Racial Healing, a contributor to a book, Decolonizing Computing and Research as a Third Space of Academic Sovereignty. Book, Contemplative Practices and Acts of Resistance in Higher Education, Narratives Toward Wholeness, is by Routledge Press, and that's out now. But most importantly and most recently, she founded a movement, a whole movement. She founded a campaign, a wellness and healing campaign, a blueprint for us titled GAWD, Grown Ass Women Dreaming. So she's going to tell us what GAWD means, and she has created a workbook to do just that, to be creative, to relax and chill, which we all need to do more of course, but also for us to give thought to what we are actually incarnated to do. What are our dreams? What are our most coveted desires for ourselves, for our families, and our community? And how are we going to put those possibilities into practice? How are we going to make it happen? So right now, I'd like for all of y'all to just say amen, clap your hands, stomp your feet, do something to let us know that you're here, you're ready for the movement, you're ready to dream. Are we ready to dream, y'all? Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you. So without further ado, the doctor is in the house. Please welcome the author of Dream Sis and founder of the God Movement, Olufina, Dr. Michelle Chatman. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Ia. Thank you so very much. Thank you all for being here, for choosing to spend part of your Thursday evening with us. Thank you, Mama Sharikiana and the whole Sankofa team, Baba Haile, for having us here. I want to get us started with a practice to invite our full awareness, our full bodies, our full presence to the extent that we can, knowing that at every moment, all around us, and sometimes even within us, there is joy, there is pain, there is discord, there is maybe sometimes a little sadness and grief. It all exists at one time. And I believe that when we can bring ourselves fully into the moment and to awareness of all of those realities, it allows us to be grounded, right? Recently, I stopped opening my emails with, "Hi, I hope you're doing well," because, I mean, come on. It's hard to be doing well these days, right? And all the time. But I think we can almost always be grounded and grateful, right? We always got a little something to be grateful for. And we got to stay grounded, like right here, right now, moment to moment, breath to breath. So if it's all right with you, I want to invite you into this practice. Now, Dream Sis is going to be our guide for the evening. So I'll be referring to some of the pages in Dream Sis. Now, y'all know that's to help y'all want to buy this book, right? Okay, all right, I just got to do my job, okay? All right, so this first practice is a movement practice. And I want to shout out my brothers in Baltimore, the Holistic Life Foundation. And for kids all throughout Baltimore, they are some amazing, amazing brothers. And they taught me that our community, you can't get us, okay, drop down into the mind, right? It's in the body. Resma Menakem says that we got to heal the body, right? All the racialized trauma, the historical trauma, all the stuff, don't worry about it, mama. It's stored in the body. We carry our bodies with us from, day to day, moment to moment. So we got to give some attention to that. Invite the folks who are viewing. Welcome. Good evening. I invite you to this practice. It's very, very simple. I want you to tune into the wisdom of your body as well. I'm going to have a little movement into the body because that opens up the space for some other possibilities. Is that all right? All right. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Mama. Get comfortable. Put your stuff down. There's enough space here for you to take up some space. That's a whole lesson too, right? How often do we walk around constricted and constrained? Let's take up some space. We are gods. And we're going to let the brothers be gods tonight too, okay? Grown-ass women dreaming. All right. So just notice the body now, the beautiful body that houses our spirit. Notice what is arising in this moment. As you soften, as you get still, and you allow yourself to feel safe in this space. Notice the breath. The Honorable Thich Nhat Hanh says we don't have to manipulate the breath. If we just notice it, that is enough. And now slowly, as you feel and lean into the wisdom of your body, I invite you to reach left, whatever that feels like and looks like for you. And if it feels good to linger there, linger there. Give yourself permission to do that. And come back and reach right. Your arm, your head, your legs, whatever wants to go that way, just follow. Follow. Try. And come back. Notice the breath again and reach up. Feel the stretch, feel your body elongate. And now slowly reach down. And slowly come up. Now reach over. Whatever this looks like for you, I'm going to do that. Reach over. And reach under. You can go under your legs. You can go under your arms. It's open to interpretation. In your own way, greet the sky. And greet the ground. And now just because we can And because mindfulness is not always slow or silent or soft, I invite you to shimmy. Come on. Just a little shimmy. Come on. Come on. Yes. Woo. Good. Thank you. That felt good. All right. Give it up for feeling good. Yes. 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 Thank you so much. What more you want me to say, Ia?
Well, you know, I wanted to, there'll be a time, you know, when we go through a few more playtime and dream time exercises for you all to also talk and to ask your questions. But I just wanted to ask you just one or two questions, okay? When I met you 30-some years ago, and you were talking about mindfulness, we didn't really know what you were talking about. It was like, you mean like remembering? What does that mean? And so it's interesting that this was something that you found and it found you, and now you are considered a global leader of. How did you get mindful about mindfulness? How did you find it? How did you stumble on it?
Ooh, well, that's a good question. I'm going to answer it in two ways. I grew up here in D.C. girl. The house. Woo-woo. We love all of y'all. Include space, right? Safe space. She said it in the beginning, so let me stop.
Okay, we'll pull it back on DC nationalism.
Yeah, sorry. We love y'all online.
Right.
Yes, yeah, we're proud of our home. So I grew up here in D.C., and my dad worked for the Smithsonian National Museum of American History. He started as custodian and, worked his way up to building manager. And so every summer and every day out of school, Mama had us done at that museum. We were, in the dress from the Wizard of Oz. We were looking at exhibits as kids. And appropriate museum behavior is rather quiet. It's rather still. It's reflective. You're paying attention. You're looking. You're reading. You're interpreting, right? You're just in this big, massive, beautiful space and just really being present and exploring. As a kid, we used to take our evening walks. I grew up on in 33 K Street, right near North Capitol Street. We would take evening walk to Union Station to see the trains and to just see the beautiful structure, the magnanimous structure. And I didn't realize, honestly, until later, that was the beginning of my mindfulness training, if you will, or the cultivation of my reflective, contemplative self. That and putting grease in grandma's hair and rubbing her leg because she had arthritis, right? Those ways that you learn to just be still, be present, serve, touch, connect, right? When I began my teaching career at the University of the District of Columbia, as a new full-time faculty member, I found myself under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. I love higher ed, I love education, and I didn't realize that being on the other side of the university was such a challenge. And I came across this organization called the Center for Contemplative Mind and Society. I'm an anthropologist by training, and it was a multidisciplinary community of folks working in higher ed who integrated mindfulness and other contemplative ways into their teaching, their research, and all of their work with students. And I found this to just be fascinating. So what this looks like is you show up for chemistry one day, but before the faculty member starts teaching you about chemistry and asking about the homework and diving into the lecture, they take a few moments to allow you to sit and breathe and tend to what's arising. Why is this important for us? Number one, we carry out educational trauma, especially around math and science, right? Many of us, right? It's also important because just the stress, right? Our students at UDC are working, their parents, they've got a whole lot of other things happening. And so to center your well-being and your wholeness and not just look at you as a student or a number or someone to perform on a test in a certain way was really significant for me. It made me realize that we can be whole in all of the spaces that we are in. We can make time to acknowledge our wholeness and our humanity in all of the spaces we were in. So why can't we do that before we have a faculty meeting? Why can't we do that before we go into a training?
It is people. You have taken a particular path of linking mindfulness to social justice. So it almost seems counterintuitive on one hand that you're saying, let's be mindful, at the same time that you're saying that this can really help us in terms of our activism around justice issues and making sure that we're working toward equity and we're working toward equanimity and we're working toward our purpose in terms of experiencing the full experience of justice and wholeness that we should and have and deserve. How are you marrying those two concepts together?
So oftentimes, our social activism is fueled by fire and anger, right? Righteous indignation. And I agree with all of that, right? She said Shango was my Baba, and I'm all about the fire. What? Right? There is a time and a place for it, right? The mindfulness, the contemplation, the inner awareness, I think serves us in a number of ways. It helps to resource and refuel ourselves, right? I mean, how many of us have activist brothers and sisters that we know who are just daggone burnt because they're not tending to the self, right? Not taking care of themselves individually and not taking care of the collective that is doing the acting. So it serves us in that way. It helps just to continue to support our curiosity and approach our activism as a practice. Approach the activism as a practice. Sometimes our activism, I'll just say it, sometimes it's exclusionary. Sometimes it's not all loving and inclusive as it absolutely needs to be now, right? And so mindfulness as a way of being and a way of questioning with compassion and non-judgment can really serve us. It can offer us what a phrase I hear you use a lot, Ia, actually, which is the spiritual maturity and the spiritual fortitude to carry out our work with integrity.
That's another really, really good one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Answer.
I
Okay.
think y'all love me. Y'all can't go home. Y'all all going home with me.
you enough room in your red
Yeah.
red van for all
Yeah.
of us? Okay, this is my last question before we go to the next phase, which
Okay.
is again the live experience of the book itself. So, how can we be activists around dreaming, and what is the value in that?
She's got good questions. She didn't give me these questions before.
You told me you didn't want that.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my mind about that. What's the question again? How can we be?
I'm saying that so that you talked about mindfulness,
Yeah.
you talked about social justice. So in terms of building on each of those, now we're going from that to dreaming.
To dreaming,
So
yeah.
how is dreaming central to our ability to be centered and
Yeah.
also to make sure we get justice?
That's right. That's
all right now.
Well, because you have to be able to see something that does not yet exist, and that's a dream, right? You got to be working towards something, right? Took multiple trips, right? She saw something, right? And there are a lot of writings about what she saw and how she was, she received communication from someplace else. This sister had a traumatic brain injury, and yet she was still receptive and receiving messages about freedom. She was still looking towards the stars and the sky and understanding the terrain that she lived in to navigate those dark spaces, those unsafe spaces to get to a place of freedom. So we have to dream, right? We have to be hopeful. We have to imagine something that does not exist so that we can work together toward its existence. That is the role I think dreaming plays. And it's not a light thing, It's not a soft thing. It's a big and bold thing to dream. It's what gods do.
Okay, now, grown
Yes.
ass woman. Come on now.
Gotta
Come
dream.
on now.
Gotta dream.
All right, yes. So we're about to actually delve into, and can I hold up the book?
Yeah.
So if you all have not gotten your copy, please make sure you do. This is volume 1, Dream Sis, the Mindful Coloring and Activity book. And so we're going to have an opportunity to experience some of what's in the book right now.
Yes, that's true. Thank you so much. This was a dream. Let me tell you how this project started. After the presidential election, I was absolutely, I was devastated. And I started wondering, what would it look like really if a black woman were president? And prior, playing around with artificial intelligence. And I had been using it, to edit text and, to make this sound stronger, blah, 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 right? I never thought about using it to generate images. And I just decided to generate an image of a black woman. Actually, I said that looks like Kamala Harris, but it wouldn't do that because, copyright, blah, blah, blah. You can't just generate people's pictures, y'all. I said, generate an image of a black woman as president of the United States. And it gave me several images to choose from, and this is one of them. And then I told it to make the image, a black and white page that I could color. And I was like, hey, I like this. Let me dream up some other stuff I want to do. So 2 black girls on a trip to Paris, and they look contemporary, and they have fancy hairstyles, and they're having a good time, and it's a chill vibe. I just went for it, y'all. I generated about 80 images of black women doing all kinds of things, flying planes and cooking, listening to jazz. Some of those things are in here, right? And then I sent a copy to my sister friend over here, and she said, this is beautiful, but where is your mindfulness stuff? I said, oh, that's a good idea. Where are the words? So I said, hey, this is a wonderful opportunity to, number one, add some cultural relevance to mindfulness. It doesn't always have to be slow and, all of that, right? How many of y'all as kids? And you can go in a whole zone, right? It stimulates another part of your brain, your dreaming, your color, your feeling color, right? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful practice. And so I decided to offer some mindfulness and reflection exercises in the book as well. So there is a short breathing practice there. There is a singing practice to an affirmation that we're going to do together. So get ready. We're going to sing. There are a number of things. There's a practice here where I ask that you write with your non-dominant hand, the hand that you don't usually write with. And then notice the judgments you might be holding towards yourself as you're trying to do it right. Notice if you can invite some softness and some fun and play into that practice. Because that's what mindfulness is, right? It's being aware, being present in the moment without judgment, with openness, with gentleness, with compassion. And I know that as African descended people, we need that. We judge ourselves and each other way too harshly. We must learn to be compassionate with one another and loving and gentle and fun. So all of that, I believe, is in Dream Sis. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to move us through. What time is it, please? Okay, I want to honor our time. So a few more pages. Thank you. We did our moving practice. Okay, each of you should have in your seats or somewhere nearby 2 pieces of paper, at least. Pages 4 and 5 from Dream Sis. Page 4 asks, what are the intergalactic dreams you haven't yet realized, but can't let go of? Dreams for yourself, dreams for your community. What do you have that you just haven't let go of? It ain't too late. That's another message. Come on. I'm over 55. I use my discount. Use your discount if you're over 55, right? And it is never too late to actualize a dream. This book and this whole God movement is about accessing your power, your inner power, your collective power, your ancestral power, your spiritual power to actualize your dreams. We hear a lot of folks talk about manifestation and manifesting dreams. Baby, let's actualize them. The first word in actualize is what? Act. Let's do something, right? Manifest sounds a little bit too woo-woo for me, right? But I want to actualize. That means you got to do something. You got to move something. You've got to question some latent thoughts that you might have about your undeservedness because it's not true. And then you got to put some things in place. So I would love for us to spend at least 3 minutes having you jot down or color out what those dreams are. I've got some colored pencils back there. Zora, my beautiful daughter who turns 17 tomorrow, 17 tomorrow, 17, don't grow up too fast, can pass out some pencils for you. And let's take just a few minutes, and then I'm going to let you know right now, I'm going to ask for some volunteers to share with us what your intergalactic dreams are that you haven't yet realized, but that you're still holding inside. Okay, can we do that? Right on. Who needs something to write with? And all of our viewers, please do the same. I know you don't have the worksheet, but write down 2 or 3 of those dreams that you've been holding that you've told yourself, oh, it's too late, my time has passed, I can't do that. I want you to write those things down. You don't see them? Okay. So I just want to remind people that your dreams are your dreams. This is not a competitive sport. Whatever it is that is speaking to your heart and your inner wisdom is your dream. It could be to pull your family together for a reunion. It could be to travel to some place you've never been. It could be to finally clean out that one room in your house so you can paint, right? Or write that book or get that book of poetry out that has been speaking to you for several years. It's your dream. So I invite you to hold non-judgment around your dream. Don't like give it a size or a ranking. It's a dream. Take about 1 more minute to do this. All right. Thank you so much for the slow jams. Okay, we got our dreams down. Let's check in with the body again. How's the body feeling? Need to stretch, need to stand, need to visit the facilities. Everybody good? I'm going to ask for some volunteers to share the delicious dreams. Beginning of dreams, almost like, I'll say this, it's creative indigenous practice where we pour water or other drink onto the earth and call out the names of ancestors and loved ones who have made their transition. Opening of dreams called the dedication page of the women who have taught you how to dream or inspire your dreaming now. And so I want us to do that because I want to bring them into the rest of this session. Is that all right? Okay, but we're going to share. Okay, let's go. Let's slow down just a little. I'm gonna call out the names of those people, women and girls, men, boys, non-binary, gender expansive beings who taught you how to dream. Was it your mama, your grandmama, your Uncle Fred, Aunt Millie? Who was it that taught you to dream? Taught you how to dream? Who taught you how to dream? Who taught you how to dream? Who taught you how to dream? Say their name. Who taught you how to dream? Who taught you how to dream? Who taught you how to dream? How to dream? Say their name. 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 Say their name loudly. Say their name. 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 Barbara. Say their name. Audrey. Say their name. Say their name. Who taught you how to dream? Say their name. Say their name. You can call brothers too. Say their name. Historical figures. Say their name. Taught how to dream. Say their name. Say their name. Say their name. Say their name. Who taught you how to dream? Say their name. Say their name. Say their name. Say their name. Who taught you how to dream? Say their name. What? Say their name. What? Say their name. What? Say their name. Who taught you how to dream? Thank you. Thank you. I want to invite you to bring the energy of those loved ones into your dreaming. Bring the energy of those loved ones into your planning for the future. Many indigenous spiritual systems tell us that though gone physically, energetically, they remain with us. Now, how many of y'all dream about folks that ain't walking the earth anymore? How many of y'all get messages from those folks, right? Yeah. So let's not act like they're gone, because they're not gone. In fact, they are a source of power and wisdom for us. And this evening session is about accessing power to actualize dreams. And all of those ancestral teachings and ancestral ways about connecting to ancestors and leaning into the wisdom of the body and leaning into the wisdom and the gifts of the earth. That's power. That's power. So, y'all ready to share some of those dreams you wrote down? Yes, let's give ourselves a hand for calling out our ancestors and dream teachers. All right, so who's going to go first? I'm so excited. Wonderful. What's your name, Mama? Alake. Mama Alake is going to go first, and then who's going to go second? Let's stack it up. Bobby, you going to go second? He turned it around. All we did, we asked folks to share with us a dream that you've wanted to actualize that you haven't, not yet, but it's still possible, but you want to, all right? Okay, so let Mama go first, and then we're going to see who goes after her.
I want to experience complete weightlessness.
Okay.
Floating, flying, just freedom.
Okay.
So you want to go to outer space?
Well, that's one on my list too.
Okay. Go to outer space.
Not go to outer space.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of out there already. But
Okay. You're among kin.
But I once read messages from galactic spaceship captains and channeled messages from crew. Okay. And there was one of the messages was from a young lady named Monka. Mm-hmm. And her message was that she was going to be one of the people assigned to greet us when they pick us up,
All right.
those that are going to pick us up.
Okay.
And her energy was so vibrant and exciting, and I want to be her.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Want to be a greeter. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
My name is Armistice Ma'at, and my dream is to climb Mount Kilimanjaro when I'm 95.
Woo! All right. He walked in with a dream. All right.
Anybody else want to share a dream? Anybody else?
My dream is I have one son. And I want a better relationship with him without the fears that I have about his current lifestyle.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you for sharing that.
So I hate to impose on people, but I see you wrote down a lot of stuff. So is there at least one little thing you'd want to share with us?
My first name is Chad. It will be to buy a camera.
To buy a camera.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Baba. All right. Beautiful. Anyone else want to share one of those dreams on your page? Okay, she's going to go to her, and then we'll come to you next, Mama. Beautiful.
My name is Ketnu, and one of my dreams is to finish my PhD.
Amazing healer.
What?
Kathy was an amazing healer.
She definitely going home with me. Okay, what'd you say?
To finish my PhD.
Oh, we can do that. Okay. We can do that.
I mean, where was Kamal was giving out PhDs?
I know.
He was giving us.
Yeah, you just missed it.
My name is Leonora. My dream is to go around every corner of the world.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah.
Anyone else want to share? Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
I work in the environmental justice movement, and my dream is to lead a team to fight against a proposed pipeline and stop it in a community.
Ashe. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Give it up for the dreams in the room. Oh, man.
So I had a challenge with realize, right?
Yeah.
So I had to work through that.
Mm.
Only because I don't really plan to live to see what I want to accomplish.
Mm.
So in other words, my plan is to leave ripples that will last generations.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I won't see it living.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that is to bring medicine back into the hands of the people
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and into the families.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't live to see it
Mm-hmm.
manifest,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
I know it will.
It will. Yes. Yes, indeed. Beautiful. Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Catnip. And how generous and beautiful is it to hold a dream that's really for the generations, for the future generations, right?
Projecting your goodness forward.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so let me just throw this question out there. What's stopping any of you, any of us, from pursuing those dreams?
Well, I didn't say what my dream was.
Oh,
but
please, Ia, what's your dream?
Well, I'm just going to talk about the obstacles. So I'm a writer. I do that for a living. And I have a lot of stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not written a book yet.
Mm-hmm.
And part of my obstacle is I have too many stories. But in terms of the obstacles, I think that I'll just again speak for myself in terms of there are so many things that take our time and attention. There's so many other priorities. There are so many things tied to our survival, tied to the care of our families. Sometimes we feel like we have to take care of business before we can take care of ourselves. So I know that I am prone to all of those tendencies that while I hold the dream, I keep saying to myself, I'm going to get to it.
Yes.
But as you said, if not now, now when?
When,
Yes.
exactly. Wonderful.
So time management, prioritizing myself.
Thank you for sharing, Ian. And it's probably true for many of us, right? Managing time, managing resources, a simple way to put it, establishing and honoring boundaries, right? And there's a page in here that invites you to reflect on the boundaries you need to establish and honor. Sometimes we have to establish boundaries with our family members, with who we care for and how much we care. And not just in terms of loaning money, but how much emotional energy we invest into their drama or their stuff.
Or their dreams.
Or their dream. Oh, hello. Or their dreams, right? What else? What are some of the other barriers or obstacles that we face in the actualization of those dreams?
Depression. Mental illness. So many times when life gives us those lemons, we don't want to get up and make lemonade. We want to pull the covers over our head and try to hide, because many of those difficulties are embarrassing. And so mental illness is a big problem.
Yeah.
Trying to be a black person and white supremacy, right? And we have visions of grandeur, that we can be all that we can be, and then out of the side just gets knocked over.
Yeah.
And you have to get up and take a standing 8 count after the wind's been knocked out of you. And after repeated standing 8 counts, you feel like, do I have to get energy to get up and desire to get up and do it again?
Yeah.
But then the sun rises.
It keep rising, don't it?
Yeah, and we're still here.
We still here, ain't we?
Yeah, so we keep it moving.
Yes, indeed. I love it.
Something that I dealt with for a long time is fear of success, because of the responsibility that comes in maintaining it once you have achieved it.
Yes.
But just knowing that failing is also a success, because you had the opportunity to fail, and that you made the attempt to try the thing instead of just dreaming about it and not actualizing it, but actually going forward, learning the lesson from the failure, so that when you achieve the success, you can appreciate it more, but also, really revel in that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, Mama Alaka.
For me, having so many dreams and figuring out, and then living so many dreams at the same time, then how do I even want to pursue? I love my life, so I live my dreams.
I love it.
So there are lots more out there, but getting the energy to even pursue another one.
Yes.
It is, and they all look good. So.
They all look good. They got so many doggone dreams.
Anybody else want to speak?
Obstacles. Well, I don't know everything.
You know a lot.
I know a lot. They did grant me that PhD or something. But my hope is that we never perceive the obstacles or the barriers as permanent or insurmountable. Because, as the brother said, the sun keeps rising. And we still here, right? We keep showing up too. We keep rising too. Our legacy and our history and our ancestors would have us believe, they have showed us or shown us right? All the time, that we can overcome. We can be victorious. If not for ourselves in this lifetime, for the next lifetime, the next generation, or the generation after. So I invite you to bring even more expansiveness into your dreaming, because you're not just dreaming and actualizing for yourself, you are actualizing for the next generation and the next generation, the earth that you leave behind and the new earth, right? The environmental justice. The young ones that you haven't even met yet. And the young people need our dreaming, and they need our actualization right now, because they have not lived the years that we have lived. They read some of the history, but our own lives are history. They are chapters that we have lived through. They are challenges and lessons and so-called failures that we have overcome. And they need to see that. We need to inspire that in them, their ability to dream and to actualize. And I invite you to call on all of the power available to you in that dreaming and actualization. The personal power that comes from your personal practice, your spiritual practice, your mindfulness, your meditation, your Tai Chi, your Qigong, whatever those practices are that allow you to tap into the divinity that is within you. The Yoruba tradition says that we are each born with divinity. We each have it. And it is our daily practice that allows us to access it, so that it can help us serve the destiny for which we have been born. I invite you to tap into that spiritual power that you have. The power of prayer or meditation or other spiritual practices, being in nature, whatever those practices are. You know, I'm going to tell you a little secret. My therapist told me a long time ago that good therapy and good religion does the same thing. It helps you access your stuff, right? It helps you understand yourself and your power. So I invite you to really think about that spiritual power and hold that spiritual power to help you actualize those dreams. And I've spoken about the ancestral power, which is also spiritual. And then there is the collective and the communal power. I want you to imagine with me for just a moment that everybody that's in this room right now and everyone that's watching this on live stream or later has some kind of gift, skill, possibility that can help you actualize your dreams. And you have something that they can use. They can be in service to you, and you can be in service to them. What if what we really need, we really do have? What is the expression? We are the ones we've been waiting for. I mean, like, what it is in the room. You can go climb that mountain. You can finish that PhD. We can get you ready to be a greeter with the Pallades on the other side, right? You reach every corner of the world and some corners that they have in here. And Baba, your camera, somebody's got the camera, right? Like, what if we, in the healing and the medicine, you already made the connection that you all should talk, right? I really think we have to dwell more in possibility. We hold the possibility. We are impossible people. You feel me? I mean, we still here. We are still here, and we looking good. Y'all look good. Yeah, we still here, okay? And then finally, it's related, but the collective and the communal power. In finances, they talk about compound interest. We also compound interest capabilities. When we bring those different skills and competencies and abilities and dreams and gifts and talents together, we can compound on that interest. And we can liberate ourselves. We can. When we are intentional about how we spend our money and where we spend and who we partner with, when we invite more collaborative energy and not just the individual, I got it, I'm going to do it on my own. No great thing is done alone. Empires are built by groups of people. It takes the collective, okay? So all of that it's in here. There's an invitation to it in here, right? It's in here. But let's not perceive the barriers as permanent or insurmountable, because we really can't overcome anything. And there just might be the possibility that these hellish times we're living in now is to really challenge us to bring it, to bring all the gifts, to bring all the power, to bring all the possibility and all the opportunity like a God, like a God. Okay? It's time to celebrate, and then we need to affirm, and then we got to make time for some questions, right? So we can close out, because Mama Sharikiana said you got till 8:30. And I'm not trying to go past that, all right? So what does you want to do when you leave here to actualize those dreams? So just take a little step forward. Okay, all right. We're taking him on tour with us, all right, okay. But you know what? I'm going to tell you. The drawing, the coloring, the dreaming, the being in the joy is what also allows us to be expansive, right? And it allows us to access intelligence that we may not otherwise prioritize or lean our ear to. So I really think there's something to the practice of being in joy and being in light, right? And just like being easy. I think it can open up that space where we can hear from the internal divinity and the other folks around so we can move things forward.
I'm going to Google some place that I can experience weightlessness.
Right on Soul X Spa.
She got me.
She got you. Didn't y'all come in together?
Yeah.
Look at that. Awesome, awesome. I know there are pools and spas that you can go to. You can be weightless, right? Absolutely. Wonderful. She got you. And that's what I'm about. This thing really works, right? Okay. What else you going to do, Baba? How you going to get that camera? Okay. Simple. 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 Tell Mama Thea to give you the money for it. What next step can you take? Just one small step towards your dream. Acceptance.
So this is my spot right
Beautiful.
So whenever they invited to come here,
Uh-huh.
after seeing Sankofa decades, I've always wanted to come. And so the dreams that we have of sharing with our family and with your works is a realization of a dream coming true.
You see?
Right now.
You see living a dream right now, just being here. Yeah.
I accept
Yeah.
this as a fulfillment.
Come on, come on.
What
Come
a
on, I love it.
testimony.
I love it.
What a testimony.
Beautiful,
And
beautiful.
thank you for letting us witness this with you.
Yes,
Thank you.
indeed.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. That's a
indeed.
beautiful thing.
Yes, indeed.
That's a beautiful thing.
I love it. I
So
love it.
beautiful,
Yeah.
so beautiful.
May we continue to do so.
Yes, sister. I wanted to ask you, what's the first step that you are envisioning that will be easy to lead toward that environmental justice plan that you have?
Okay.
We'll hold that vision and that dream. 'Cause for many of us, that we may be thinking that you may need to be operating in a different space.
Yeah. Yep.
Or and I think one of the things that is beautiful about Sankofa and being here is this is really liberated space. And it's liberated space because the people who created it from the perspective of we can do it ourselves.
We can do it ourselves.
So Haile Garima, master filmmaker, he made Sankofa. He's made about 11 films. The beauty of him making the films is he has typically not gotten any support from the U.S., not from the U.S. government, not from any foundations or whatever. Sometimes he has gotten international support, but he basically just takes the time to make the films himself. And so it is a perfect example of really true independence. Because when you do it, you don't have to answer to nobody.
There you go.
And so he has created that model for us. And so
Yeah.
that's what this space really represents. And I think it holds that energy. So with all of us coming here, it really is an opportunity for us to think about what's the independent path for Joannette. How, yes, we're used to, of course, as Ia said, working collaboratively and collectively and pooling our assets and our resources is a very strong way. That's still part of the independent path. But, you know, looking toward the superstructure for helping us make things happen, that should not be, you know, that should not stop us in terms of our intent and our dreams and our ideas.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that. We ready to wrap up with our closing affirmation?
Well, before, do we want to do the Q&A before we?
Yeah, maybe let's do a little Q&A.
So we've been doing a lot of talking, even though we've also been passing the mic. But in terms of having access to a global mindful leader, we also wanted to invite the opportunity that if anybody has any questions they want to ask of the doctor is in the house, please feel free to chat her up.
Well, first I want to say that this was a perfect experience for me. I am trying to get off depression medication. And my sister had just advised me. So I wanted to share that.
Thank you so much.
I just wanted to comment. I just saw, I'm a reader, so I saw a book gathering. I had no idea that the book was a coloring book, so that's kind of cool.
It is.
As we were just talking about, you should get into coloring.
Yes.
So.
Beautiful.
So,
It can be a very soothing therapeutic practice. She did.
She dreamt you up.
Woo! I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you. You and me. Well, I'll be around. We can chat after the program. Oh, yes.
My daughter invited me here. I have no clue what am I getting into, but I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now I'm learning more and more. I have very small learning in all this in Copa. They are not from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this is new to me. And between my son-in-law and my daughter, they bring all that up. So I'm enjoying every bit.
Thank you. I'm enjoying having you here, all of you. You just brought the whole crew.
Thank you for being
and our
open
sister
to it.
here.
Thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
No, that's okay. I'm curious if you have any favorite guided meditations that you follow or websites that you go to for when you're practicing mindfulness.
I love that question. I'm going to tell you the truth. Occasionally, I'll hop on YouTube and find a practice that I like. But no. I've tried some of the apps. You know, they're okay. Blackfulness is really good. Have you used? Yeah, Blackfulness is great. I know some people that really like Calm. Calm? I don't think so. Started a mindfulness app? Mm. Okay. Yeah. Blackfulness, one of my sister colleagues, Dr. Natalie Watson Singleton, helped develop that. And they actually did a lot of research. And I recorded a practice for that app. And it's guided meditations, it's music, it's affirmations, it's a range of things. It's even stories. But I don't use a lot of apps. I'd rather go outside or go buy some water or do some humming. Or sing myself, you know, or look at the moon. Did y'all see the moon the other night? Oh my God, right? So those are my sort of go-to practices.
First off, I just wanted to say thank you so much for facilitating this space, and it was really nourishing to get to hear everyone's dreams, and I found it to feel very, very loving just sitting here, and I came in really late, so thank you.
Thank you.
I was curious to hear more about the rituals that you or Dr. Rattley may have for cultivating creativity and to bringing you closer to your dreams. So these can be creative rituals, spiritual rituals, financial rituals. Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. I can start. One thing I do, I started this years ago, and I still do it. When I want to go somewhere, I draw a picture. And I'm not like an artist. Like, these are AI-generated images. But I draw. I draw it out. I write it out. Like, I make a book. Like, when I want to go on vacation, I make a vacation book. And I draw, and I collect images, and I put it together. I may keep it in my sacred space. I have an altar or shrine at home. But I just feed it energy. I feed it imagination and possibility. You talked about, financial. I stick money in my sacred space, right? In my shrine at home, right? I put it there because I've earmarked it for something. And I pray over my money a lot. I pray over my money. And I pray when I pay bills, and I pray when somebody gives me money, right? I pray it would multiply and return to me and be used for a good purpose. I do a lot of praying in my practice, and just connecting with that universal intelligence.
I would say ditto to that. I am a writer, and so I understand that words have tremendous power. And in every spiritual system in the world, the ritual practice basically is grounded in words. That may be affirmations, it may be prayers, it may be song. So I think that oftentimes we don't understand how we can talk that our words actually are the power to make our dreams come true. So that when there's something that I'm really focused on, I will write it down and I'll repeat it. I'll just keep writing it. And it's almost like that practice, and also the saying of it, not just the writing, but the saying of it. It's like that is my own mantra. And I know that that has power. And I'm actually speaking the energy of that dream. I'm giving that dream energy with my words, with my breath, and with my intent. And I find that works for finances. That works for it works for anything. So it works for me. That's what works for me. One of our colleagues in the book that Sharik mentioned when we started Women of Spirit Share Rituals Divine, Dana Abade is here, and I know you just walked in, but do you have anything that you want to add, sis?
I just came to get some books.
But in terms of what are the rituals that you do to help your dreams?
Ditto. But meditation is something that I do, and I do like sound with my meditation. Nature sounds are best, but I like the frequency of 432 and the frequency of 534. And they have things on the internet that just have that frequency sound. And I often just meditate with that 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, and just go inside and just go to the third eye and start seeing my ancestors and talking to folks, and but all of what they said, and just being in tune with nature. I like to get my hands dirty. I like to get in the dirt. I like to do grounding, barefoot, outside, in the grass, not on the concrete, but in the grass or the dirt or the sand or the water. Grounding and balancing is real important for the flow of the energy to come through you and to others from you. So that's me. And music.
Music and
You're
movement.
surrounded by music.
Right.
all the time.
Definitely, yeah. And dancing, opening up the body. We hold so much, we take in so much. So opening, sweating, dancing, whatever to expand the body.
And releasing tension and those obstacles. Kitnu, as a healer yourself, as a body worker, as a light worker, are there any last questions or last comments you wanted to share?
First of all, thank you both for this beautiful offering.
Thank you.
I just saw it this morning, and I was like, oh, wow. I haven't seen Mama Sandy in a while, so I was like, that drew my attention. But when I saw what it was about, I thought it was a beautiful thing. And I love what you said about mindfulness, about it's not only about you sitting still, because I teach my clients about mindfulness as well. Yeah. I do incorporate sound therapy. But, walking meditation, even while you're driving,
yes.
You don't have to be in lotus posture
right.
with your hands in a mudra to feel like you need to connect, and even just with the breath, just with breathing and being still in that moment. Because of the blindness, I couldn't hear all of the conversation, but, I heard mention of depression and things like that.
Yeah.
But, honoring that as well, because I think we live in an age of toxic positivity, and we think that everything has to be positive all the time, and not honoring that shadow side of ourselves is to our detriment as well.
Yes,
but it's about having tools in place that you can implement, and leaning into community, the resources that are in community. I love that Mama Sandy was like, connect, because that was one of my dreams as well. I have a herbal conference called the Gullah Geechee Herbal Gathering, where I'm working to preserve our herbal traditions from around the diaspora, more specifically Gullah Geechee, because I am Gullah Geechee. But, it's so important that we preserve these things and make them into practice, so that actualization piece is very important. Like, we like to hoard knowledge, and we don't use it. So I'm a very pragmatic person. So it's like, okay, now that you learn it, put it into use, share it with someone. That's a way of putting it into use as well, if you are actually using that. So, just simple, practical things. I think we tend to look for all the grandiose, esoteric things when we could just do simple things. It's just, counting to 4 while you're breathing, and, just being still, or going outside and feeling the sunlight on your skin.
Yes, indeed.
Because for a lot of melanated people, that is one of the key things that is leading to depression. Because,
vitamin D deficient.
That vitamin D deficiency, and that was by design with the pandemic. So, they kept us inside, and they had you fearful of thinking about going outside and you could catch this disease. And it's just like, no, now that you're vitamin D deficient, your immune system now has to work harder, and it makes you more susceptible to catch something when you are near someone. But that's just, some of the things that I think that we need to do. And thank you for the book. I did purchase it with my ticket, so I'm looking forward to my copy, because I love to color. And, I feel like these things are very necessary. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that wisdom.
So I look at, I haven't seen it yet, but I can get an inkling of that as you go through the workshop on that, and the imagery and the energy in there, that you're actually writing your own visionary gospel. And then it's self-fulfilling.
Where you find him?
So my question for you is, for those folks that are suffering illnesses, can you see that if they went through this process and did their own coloring book that came toward them coming in harmony with their body and healing whatever ailment, cancer, heart disease, prostate, hypertension, that they draw the pictures of health, of their vision in there, and it can manifest. So need your opinion on that, and maybe a consultation and working on that.
Next project.
All right, next project. Yes, I think there can be. Thank you for those words. I'm glad this is being recorded. Go ahead, Sankofa. So smart. Because I'm going to listen to it later. Yes. Yes, I think it is another demonstration of our power to write our own story. I mean, it's a book, just with, you can color in it. I mean, a lot of us already write and color in our books that are not coloring books. We underline, we draw pictures in the margins, we make notations, right? So yes, and you know, I think everybody should create their own. And then what grand actualizations can emerge if we each share with each other our coloring books? What was the language he used? Do you remember? It was something powerful, right? If we share with each other, right, and we can sort of charge them up, man, that is.
That's basically a compilation of our own gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And everybody has their own shared.
That's right. That's right.
So then once everybody's on that 432 vibration,
Uh-oh.
and then it's going to manifest easy.
Hey,
That synergy.
let's do it.
Let's electrify it. Let's make it happen. So,
We're gonna wrap up with an affirmation, but it is a singing affirmation. And to my healer sister's point, there are so many ways to invite mindfulness, presence into our activities. Whether it's driving, having a conversation, doing dishes, cooking, whatever. Because it's really about being here now, but with non-judgment and with curiosity. So you conversation with somebody and they talking smack and you're like, I don't know what you're saying, right? Rather than going down the road of you ain't got no sense dream making on right, we can be curious. I wonder what is influencing that perspective. I wonder what their experience has been, right? We can hold curiosity and non-judgment. Now, that doesn't mean to be out of integrity and just allow any old thing to happen, right? Because there is integrity. There is action that is aligned, and that is good action, and then there is action that is not. But it is about being curious and less harsh, right? So in 2020, I'm often asked to offer a mindfulness, a contemplative practice for different events. And we know what happened in 2020, and it's really nothing different from what has been happening. But I really felt like I wanted my practice to have more gravitas. I wanted to say something with my practice. I can very easily come in and say, okay, let's take a breath, you know, inhale, exhale, diaphragm, not right? But I wanted to say something. You know, the word is powerful. And so this affirmation came. It's 4 lines. I am here. That is an invitation to be mindful. And you can ask yourself that throughout the day. Am I here? Right? We sometimes come to conversations with our partners, with our kids, and we ain't fully there. We at work, right? We are replaying an argument we had, that thing we should have said to somebody last week. We're not even fully present. So I am here. I am safe. I'm safe. I am worthy. Many of us have internalized this notion that we are not worthy of the dreams that we have. We're not worthy of good love, good housing, good health, happiness, joy, ease, money, but we are. We are worthy of every good thing. And I am enough. PhD or no PhD, high school diploma or not, grew up on a farm with no shoes or in the city, it doesn't matter. You are enough. You're a child, a creation of the Most High. You are enough. Right? A sister friend, I was thinking about applying for this job one time, and I said, girl, I don't know if I'm qualified. Because I dip down in that low self too sometimes, right? She said, God qualifies us. Whoa. God qualifies us. I said, well, all right then. Shut me right up. So I am here. I am safe. I am worthy. I am enough. And then we extend that practice to you are here. We bring to mind and to heart someone that we love. You are safe. We affirm their safety. You are worthy. You are enough. And then we call in the collective. We are here, baby. And we ain't going nowhere. We are safe in the company of one another. We are worthy of every good thing. Justice, liberation, love, financial freedom, all of that. And we are surely enough. So y'all ready to sing? Okay. It's in the book too. It's a QR code that takes you to this practice. All right? Okay, so here we go. Let's get back into our bodies. Get comfortable. Get easy. Check in. Do the shimmy. This has been wonderful and beautiful. Thank you, Mama Baina, for coming. And I'm going to offer it, and then you just chime in. Start singing when you're ready, okay? And we're going to stick with the I tonight. You can do the other parts later, okay? Let's just give some gentle awareness to our breath. You know, every breath is different. We take about 20,000 breaths a day. I think it's appropriate to give 3 or 4 of those breaths our attention. I am here, and I am safe. I am worthy. I am enough. I am here. I am safe. I am worthy. I am enough. One more time. I am here. Sing it like you mean it. I am safe. I am worthy of a new job, a new man. Y'all, I am enough. Not me, I'm good with mine. Okay, now we gotta do it again because I messed it up. Come on, let's do it. Come. I am here. Hey. I am safe. I am worthy of every good thing. I am enough. I am enough again. Okay, so from the top. I am here, and I am safe. I am worthy, and I am enough. I said, I am enough. Final time, I'm enough. I am enough. Ashe. Woo! Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and participating. Thank you. You can stay in touch with me. I'm on Instagram. I am Dr. Just Black Joy on Instagram, or at The God Movement. You can follow us, The God Movement, on Instagram. We have a retreat coming up for our gods, for our women in Cape Charles, Virginia. We have a REST membership, a virtual membership that you can join, a community of women from all over the country, and just a range of programming and services. And we want you in the movement. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. The doctor is in. Thank you so much. And there are books at the counter in Dream Sis. This is fun and also, as you can see, very useful. We'd like to thank each and every one of you sincerely. Every one of you brought something so important and so unique to this experience, to this conversation. And just the sharing helped, I think, all of us to really figure out we can do this. Our dreams are doable. They're happening.
Yes.
They're happening now.
Yes.
They're happening now. We
Right
started
now.
the process. Let's just keep it going.
Yes, indeed.
And thank you, all of you. Thank you to Sankofa. Thank you to the whole Sankofa staff. And thank you for this liberated space. Thank you. All of you have a beautiful, mindful, dream-filled, wonder-filled night. Thank you.
Thank you so much.